Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Irresistible.
Let's go.
Hola, party peoples. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about Smackdown. We're going to talk about Royal Rumble because, of course, we've seen some things today and these last couple of days that may have changed your mind on who you think is going to win. I'm going to poll y'all and figure out who's going to win. But first things first, we have to pay some respects to the peoples because my top comment of the day goes to Jay. Jay was in here first, right when I went live. He asked me how my day was. My day was pretty damn cool. It really was. I'm going to tell you guys why in just a second, but it's pretty damn good. Also, Nika is here. We've got Louie, Kayla. Hey, Kayla! We have B. Jeffers rounded out my top 5 here. Shout out to everybody who came in early and is ready to roll. Okay, let's go. All right. So, a lot was going on SmackDown today. We had a little bit of change in the show. Michael and Pat McAfee were there. And this wasn't to take over Wade Barrett or Joe Tessitore's job, but they added to it throughout the night. Michael and Pat were giving their side commentary, and they even had Tyrese Halliburton's bum ass on there. And they were all talking about Royal Rumble because in a few hours, Royal Rumble will be starting, and everybody's very, very excited about who is going to win. The men's Royal Rumble this year is extremely stacked with massive superstars, but nobody's talking about how stacked the women's Royal Rumble is as well. It is equally as massive, with some of the biggest names in the industry being in both Royal Rumble matches. So it's going to be a very interesting time. But the show kicked off with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was the guy today. He was your starter, if you will. Okay. Kevin was asked to come out by Joe Tessitore. He wanted to make a wrong right, essentially. Kevin felt slighted last week when he wasn't invited to have his own moment in the sun. And because of that, Kevin was given the same amount of time and the beginning of the show that Cody Rhodes did. And Joe Tessitore did it specifically to right the wrong that Kevin Owens felt he was given. He felt disrespected. He felt slighted. He tried to bully Joe and scare him. And Joe stood his ground. And Joe was like, I'm not apologizing for giving Cody Rhodes the time. He is the champion. What I will do, though, is apologize for how you felt. So that's basically like, sorry you feel that way, nigga. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying. Any whoosies. Joe Tessitore continued the interview, and Kevin Owens began to become even more aggressive towards Joe, as if he was going to fight Joe. And he did threaten to kick his ass and put him in a pile driver. But then that's when CM Punk came out. And CM Punk decided that he needed to talk to Kevin because Kevin did make it very clear that he felt slighted, that everybody on Raw was talking about how they're going to end up going after Cody Rhodes once they win the Royal Rumble, or they're going to go after Gunther once they win the Royal Rumble, but nobody was talking about him. And he was like, I'm the one who has a title shot, and I'm the one who's going to win the championship at Royal Rumble. So CM Punk was like, I'm only going to do two things in terms of I owe you an apology for. I owe you an apology for interrupting you, which one, he didn't interrupt him because Kevin was done talking at that point. So I don't know how he felt like he interrupted him, but sure, go off, sis. And number two, the second apology was that he did disregard him on Monday and acted as if Kevin was not a factor. And he made it very clear that he fully understands what Kevin is capable of and how Kevin very much could be a factor in the bottom line of the main event of WrestleMania. So he said, I'm telling you, man to man and straight up. He said, I will win the Royal Rumble. And if you beat a very pissed off Cody Rhodes, then I'll see you in the main event of WrestleMania. To which Kevin Owens decided to go at the lowest of lows and dig his feet in the sand a bit on CM Punk. Essentially, what he said in a nutshell was that CM Punk is always, he can't wait to see CM Punk fail. He said last year he watched him fail and he really enjoyed it. And this year, he said it's going to be even more enjoyable to watch him fail to do something that he's done multiple times over. And CM Punk was like, fair enough. You've main evented WrestleMania. Cool. He said, I can tell you some things I've never done. Let me see if you know the guy who has done it. I've never lost a championship match 5 times in a row at Royal Rumble. I was like, uh-oh. Now we pulling stats. Now we pulling stacks, Philip. What? You can't be pulling stats on people. That's rude. He was like, yeah, I've never lost to Logan Paul. No, that one stings in your craw. Never lost to Logan Paul. He said, I've never stabbed my friends in the back and then tried to use said friend to get over and manipulate them and to help me win a match against a man I claim that I've already beaten. I've never done that either. He said, everything that I've ever done, I've done it to your face and you see me coming. So he said, but I tell you what I am going to do. I am going to drop this microphone. And if you were man enough to bring your ass back in this ring, I'll drop you where you stand right now. So let's go. Put the mic down, and Kevin dropped the mic like he was going to go in there. I was like, child, you ain't going in there. You ain't going in there. Sit up there. You know he wasn't going in there. Child. Looking like TJ from Recess. His ass dropped that microphone and walked out. Couldn't take it. Hello, Lady Gaze. How are you? He was having a rough time. Okay. Kevin was pissed off. He did take that winged eagle belt off of that hanger where the belts are supposed to be hanging. And that part I really hated because Cody relinquished his title under the good faith that Kevin also was going to relinquish his and leave it. But Kevin came and took his title and ran with it. And I don't like that. Right is right and fair is fair. You might not like me, but your ass has to relinquish that championship just like I did. So I was like, what CM Punk should have did is whooped his ass and took that title from him and put it back on that damn hanger. But he didn't. He a better man than me because I would have whooped his ass and took the title back. Anyways, after that, we got a nice matchup between Big Jim and Carmelo Hayes. You see, last week, Carmelo Hayes attacked Jimmy before his match. Who was he going up against last week? Jimmy went up against somebody last week. Was it Kevin Owens last week? Damn. That's crazy. So Jimmy went up against Kevin Owens last week, and before the match, Carmelo Hayes not only was trying to, psych him out, but he then attacked him before the match. So they ended up having this match this week, and Jimmy basically was talking shit, and Carmelo came out there also talking shit. They got in the ring and they had their brawl. Now Carmelo ended up losing because once you try to cheat, it's only a matter of time before that table turn on you, baby. So while Carmelo tried to use the ropes, Big Jim was able to use Carmelo's tights and rolled him up for the win. And that was it. It was murder, she wrote. The match itself was pretty decent. It was a lot of near falls, but between the two of them, they actually put on really good matches. Carmelo is very easy to work with a lot of people. He matches in pairs with just about anybody, big or small, the height don't matter, weight don't matter with Carmelo. He's just good enough to be able to mesh with anybody, and that is the mark of a very, very good wrestler. But that also means that in the future, when he starts to become champion, there's a possibility for him to go up against just about any and everybody, and that is awesome because that really opens the door where he can pretty much make magic with fucking dust. You see what I'm saying? I ain't discrediting Jim. I know that Jimmy is the vet in this situation, and Jimmy is great. But even Jimmy can't have chemistry with everybody, and Carmelo just happens to be one of those guys that can mesh with just about anybody. So they did well. You did good, kid. You did good. All right. Michin had a match with Chelsea Green today. I kind of figured she wasn't going to win, unfortunately for her. Chelsea's only been champion for a small amount of time. It really hasn't been long enough for her to drop that title back to Michin. So while Michin owns a win over Chelsea because Chelsea got herself disqualified, to me, this was a pointless match, and you really could have just had a tag team match between Piper and then they had a match last week. A tag team match with Brianna, with B-Fab and Michin against Piper and Chelsea. Yep. You could have had a rematch of that or something. I just feel like this was unnecessary. I don't know what the issue was, but I felt like it was unnecessary. They could have, scrapped the match and said that Chelsea wasn't cleared, and then Piper could have beat her up or beat up Michin or whatever. But this, I felt like they should have abstained from doing. It wasn't a bad match. The girls always shine well, and Michin and Chelsea have decent chemistry with each other. So I'm not mad at it. I just wish that they would either move on or find a new way to make this work for Michin and Chelsea, because right now it's getting a little stale for me. I hate to say that, but it is. All right, my children. There was an 8-man tag team match today. Now, before the match, the Motor City Machine Guns tried to talk to Los Garzas and tell them, hey, listen, I know we're not the best of friends and we don't have to be, but while we're out there in that match, I got your back and you can trust us, basically. Los Garzas was just like, we ain't trying to hear all of that. And Santos and Elektra Lopez is trying to amp them up. And I'm just like, yo, like, to be fair, y'all been listening to Elektra Lopez and Santos this whole motherfucking time. And y'all ain't got no traction. Y'all ain't got nothing. No tag team titles. No possible tag team titles. Y'all ain't got shit. Okay? So it wouldn't hurt to listen to Motor City Machine Guns and work with them for 2-3 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the likelihood of y'all getting anything out of this is not going to happen. And essentially, Santos was like, well, first of all, y'all already got a championship shot. I got to work to get mine this Saturday, and these two may have an opportunity at a title shot of their own. You already came in and got your shit from the beginning. Unfortunately for you, us working people, we got to work towards getting what we got to get. I was like, damn, no DEI for y'all then, I guess. Shit. You got to laugh to keep from crying, bitch. Anyway, Octavius, that's enough. Oh, shoot. Where's my port for my computer? What is this? Why is it? Anyways, so let me see. Hello, Alita. Okay, so in the match, Los Garces was down there for a little while, and then they left. They decided Motor City Machine Guns got it. I don't know what happened, if one of them accidentally hit them or whatever, but they left. Same thing happened on the other side. Pretty Deadly was out there. They're the tag team for DIY. DIY's Ciampa hit Elton in the face, I believe it was. And Kit got mad. They both hopped off the apron to go help his homeboy, and they did not stay to help. And this left the champs to go up against the former champions, Motor City Machine Guns, and this allowed them to get a roll-up pin on Ciampa. And so they have pinned the champions, which, I mean, whatever works for you. I don't think this is gonna mean anything, honestly. This is a very interesting situation. That's the best way to explain it. In the back, Pretty Deadly was very pissed off, and rightfully so. They're tired of the antics and the merry-go-rounds of DIY. They tired of Ciampa trying to bitch them out all the time. And Ciampa was just like, what the fuck was y'all out there doing? Why didn't y'all tag? Like, what is going on? And they was like, we are not helping y'all no more. This is bullshit. He said, and then Johnny Gargano tried his reverse psychology bullshit. Like, oh, well, if we lose the titles, then you guys lose your opportunities at the tag team championship. And he was just like, well, so be it. He was like, good luck, bitch. Like, we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. At this point, we tired. We're tired. Okay? Do you, but we're tired. Okay? We tired of y'all using us. We sick of it. All right. Then Jacob Fatu came down there. And he could have mean promo on Damian Priest, because Damian Priest came out there to talk his shit. Damian Priest is the newest acquisition to Smackdown, and Damian Priest was having a banger of a time, because Damian was like, look, I'm finna enter into the Royal Rumble, and I gotta blow through 29 other dudes in order to get my shot, and I'm getting my shot, and I'm going after that damn championship. You heard me. Okay, and that's when Jacob came out there and was like, bitch, the reins has been taken off. Okay, I have been unleashed, and this is my show, and your ass ain't coming over here taking my shit from me. He was like, because you might get your hair braided, but nigga, don't get it twisted. I was like, ooh, not the connect along, not the talk along, Jerry, not the connect alongs. He was like, just because you get it braided don't mean you know what's up. He was like, yeah, we both from the streets, but I was in the block, nigga. I was in lockdown. Where were you? Damien was like, nigga, I was trying to get my ass together, okay? It is not a flex to go to prison, okay? It's not. It's not a flex. It's not a flex, babe. Me too. So they start going back and forth, and Tama Tonga and and Jacob jumped Damien, and that's when LA Knight got involved. LA Knight came out there and made the proclamation like, look, y'all like jumping people. Y'all always playing a numbers game. Well, now since it's two of you and me and Damien is in here, how about you and I have a match tonight? It'd be us against y'all, and we can stuff a mud hole in your ass, okay? So the main event was set. It was a tag team match. It was Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu versus Damian Priest and LA Knight, okay? Now, there was some backstage stuff. All throughout the night, you kept seeing Shinsuke Nakamura lurking in the shadows behind everybody. He was lurking in the shadows behind Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, behind DIY and Pretty Deadly. He was back there when you saw you saw Damian Priest and R-Truth and LA Knight. He was just lurking everywhere. He was back there when Jimmy was back there cutting his promo coming to the ring. Like everybody that he seems to either want to target or he's gonna target at some point, he has made it very clear in while he's lurking in the shadows. So potential opponents could be Big Jim, could be Damian Priest, could be LA Knight again. Okay. It could be Tama Tonga or Jacob Fatu. It could be anybody. Okay. Those were the guys that he was lurking in the shadows behind. Now, there's another vignette backstage. Tiffany Stratton was getting ready to come to the ring, and she happened to run into a very toned and abbed at Zelina Vega. Okay, and Zelina Vega said, now that I'm back here on SmackDown, I can refocus my efforts because you see, you have something that I have been eyeing, and I want that championship. And if I when I win the Royal Rumble, she was like, I just might come after you. And Tiffany Stratton was just like, girl, bring it. Okay. Because she was like, while you worried about your little eyes, I'll be in the back sitting pretty while you have to fight your way through 29 other women to get to me. And I would have been like, girl, you need to be more concerned about the bitch you stole it from, not just me. Because even though I might win the Royal Rumble, she is still coming for your neck. So while you worried about sitting pretty, you might be sitting up there dead. And it'd be easy pickings. I'll let Nia do all the work and I will come clean up the bones. Okay? Stop fucking playing with me. I would not have let her get the last word. Ugh, and she was like she was coming straight out the 1950s with her damn swimsuit on today. I said, where are you going, ma'am? Where are you going? Are you going to the beach bash? What is happening? Sabrina Carpenter got y'all hoes in a chokehold, and I need y'all to let her go. Okay, it's okay. Sabrina's bangs is cute. We love that for her. But damn, do all of y'all gotta win? Goodness. Anyway, ain't got no creativity, child. Anyway, Tiffany brought her ass, Tiffany brought her ass out there. And it was Michael and Pat that was interviewing her. She said the same rhetoric she always say. Everybody underestimate me, but I was able to prove it, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So Candace came out there. Candace basically was like, you don't deserve to be champion. I don't like what you did to Nia. I don't like what you did to me. And you did it all out of jealousy because you were jealous that I was a better teammate and tag team partner for her than you were. And Tiffany was like, girl, you ain't shit. I don't give a fuck about you. I ain't never been jealous of you, ho. She was like, jealous of what? She was like, I'm the one with the championship. I'm the champion, and I have nothing to be jealous of. That's when Nia came running up like a lion in the gazette, in the Serengeti, just running at full speed and took out poor Candace. Candace just, child. Candace was dead for about 2 minutes, child. Oh, poor Candace. Poor Candace. Any whoosies. Candace was at, and she did, Tiffany tried to stand her ground. She took her shoes off, tried to fight and stand her ground, but she wasn't able to withstand that Samoan drop. She ended up getting picked up, and then Nia annihilated her ass. And I said, oh, my God. Do I feel bad about it? No. No, I don't. Both of them hoes can kick rocks with dirty socks and flip-flops on, okay? I don't give a goddamn. Now, Tiffany was laid out. Nia Jax was standing tall, child, and that was the end of that. Now, earlier in the night, The Miz was in the back complaining to Nick Aldis because he didn't like the fact that Nick had traded away Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, two guys that he was trying to recruit. But not protection. No, it wasn't protection. It was mentorship. It was a way to create a faction, a new faction for Smackdown. And then he said he tried to talk to Andrade, and Andrade disrespected him. He was like, if Andrade was in here, I slap him right now. And then that's when it came out that Andrade had been standing behind him this whole time. And he told Nick, he said, yeah, he's standing right behind me, ain't he? Nick was like, yeah, he is. He was like, hey, Andrade, hey. I know you heard that, but it's not what you think. Andrade was like, well, since you go slap niggas, you can come out to the ring and try. You know, we can make this arrangement. He was like, excuse me. You know, he was very upset and offended that Andrade was like, he said he was going to teach Andrade a lesson. The only lesson that The Miz taught was how to take a forearm punch to the face. Because that's what happened. They had a pretty decent match. Both men were going back and forth. But in the end, all it took was a good forearm punch to the face. A swinging back fist, I believe is what they call it. And it was pretty fucking gnarly. They said he might have lost a tooth. I think it was just the gum that he chews in his mouth when he goes out there to wrestle. But, you know, the effect. It looked great on camera. We love that for them. Now, the second women's match that we saw today on the show that was actually announced and pre-planned was Naomi versus Liv Morgan. Now, to be fair, I personally didn't really want to see this match because we keep seeing new iterations of Liv Morgan, Naomi, Bianca, and Raquel Rodriguez for some reason. And I knew the moment that Liv and Raquel beat them on Monday Night Raw that they more than likely were not going to drop those titles to Lash and Jakara. So now we have Liv and Raquel with a cheap win over Bianca and Naomi. They have another cheap win over Bianca and Naomi in the tag team match because of Dom. And now Naomi has a win over Liv in singles competition, but both of them got beat up after the match was over because Raquel couldn't stand to lose. And I guarantee you, neither one of those hoes, Raquel or Liv, are going to win the Royal Rumble this year. And I know damn well Liv's not, because she just got done being champion. So there's no reason for her to win the Rumble. And to be honest, Raquel's too busy. So Cobra Back is too busy sucking on Liv Morgan's tit to want to be anything other than a side bitch. So since that's the case, that's where we are. Liv Morgan and Raquel stood tall because they beat them up. And the two girls ended up laid out in the ring. Now, I know that this eventually will lead to a matchup between the two of them. More than likely, if Triple H was smart, he would set this for Elimination Chamber and kind of ride this out between the two teams to give them something else to do. Unless they decide to put Bianca and Naomi in Elimination Chamber, which is possible. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Jade is going to come back before all of that. And we're finally going to get an idea as to who actually attacked her, because they need to wrap that up. They need to wrap that up and let it be what it is. Okay. Now, I've already told y'all how we got to the end of the show. Jacob and Tama were tag teaming against Damian and LA Knight. But before they came out there, Tama Tonga saw the tag team titles sitting on one of the roadie cases in the back. And he was eyeing them suckers like it was a good Samoan barbecue. You understand me? A good Tongan barbecue. You feel me? Mm-hmm. He was sitting pretty. He was like, ooh, I like that. So when Johnny Gargano and Ciampa walk up, they grab their championships and they tell him to back off. Otama just go full Tasmanian devil. Yeah. Right in their face. They were so creeped out that they just kind of slowly backed away. And by the end, Jacob Fatu was already in gorilla ready to go. And again, in the back, you saw a very dark and slowly creeping Shinsuke Nakamura, just lurking in the shadows, child. So, the show closed out with the tag team match. Both tag teams did exceptionally well. These were good, solid matches on this show. I can't deny that. It was a solid match. I love the tag team match. In the end, Damian Priest was able to pick up the win over Tama Tonga, but he was not standing tall when the show was over. Jacob Fatu, awoken from his slumber, got up and beat the brakes off of Damian and LA Knight. When I tell you Jacob Fatu is a problem, Jacob Fatu is a problem. He's a problem. Problemo. Okay? It's a problem. But that's how the show went off. It went off with the show of Jacob Fatu decimating LA Knight and Damian Priest. It's pretty fucking good. Miz getting all that he deserves. Child, I wish the I wish the White Six would show up just so they can start tormenting him, but we haven't seen it yet. I have a little theory on Jade's attacker. Okay, well, let's hear it. Let's hear your theory. While B. Jeffers is giving us our theory, I have an update. I have hit 1,000 subscribers. Yes. Give it up for me. Everybody, pay attention to me. I have hit the promised land. I am so glad that I hit 1,000 subscribers. Y'all have no idea how much I have been wanting this. And even though it's a small milestone for my channel, it does mean that everybody who watches my channel hears me and they move accordingly. I only needed a few subscribers to get to that 1,000 mark, and I have hit it. Do you hear me? I'm very, very happy, and I appreciate all of you that subscribed and helped me get there. I appreciate y'all sharing my content, and please continue to do so, because we're gonna rest for a little bit and then we're gonna start working on the next milestone, which is 10,000. And that's when you get that placard, when you hit 10,000. Now, I know I'm not for everybody, and I'm a very unconventional wrestling content creator, but I believe in myself, and I know that I can do it, because I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. Plus, I'm all powerful, and it's just that simple. So, thank y'all for helping me get there. I appreciate y'all, and I have not forgotten that mukbang is going to happen. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna have some food. We're gonna talk, and we're just gonna have a good old time. Okay, so I might do a double dip, create some content, and we sit down and eat and have a conversation about the channel, where y'all want it to go, what kind of content you want me to produce. And I think I might be able to do that next week. Dre, are you okay with doing a mukbang next week? You okay with helping me film the content next weekend? Sure. Wow, that was enthusiastic. Thank you so much for trying somewhat. Okay. I might be doing this by myself because don't seem like he into that. Anyways, so we're gonna have a full conversation. So for now, I need you guys to be thinking of content ideas that you want me to produce. If you want me to read certain books or talk about certain things, I will do that. But you guys will be able to have input on that. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Because I want to have a conversation about what you want to see from me on my channel from now on. Now, I know some of you really enjoy my commentary, but commentary cannot happen on YouTube because YouTube will copyright strike me in a minute. As long as I can live stream with my face on camera, that's probably the only time you guys will get live commentary from me. And I will only do that with special occasions. So that might be an option, but it's not going to be an option as of right now. But I appreciate y'all's full support. A lot of y'all OGs that's been here for the beginning. And my newbies, hello. How are you? I appreciate y'all. Yeah, we have gotten there. Thank you, B. Jeffers. I'm going to put your comment up in a second. Thank you. Thank you. I had to sneeze, child. So, now that we're done, now that we're men, we have facial hair. I changed my underwear. Okay. Now, B. Jeffers has a theory on Jade's attacker. He says, and I quote, so They want to set up Jade versus Bianca eventually. Bianca is the one who did it and convinced Naomi to help her. Bianca was starting to get a bit of animosity that Jade could could outpower and outshine. Yeah, a lot of people believe that. It's very possible. I'm not sure who attacked Jade. I'm hoping it's more along the lines of Raquel and Liv Morgan, only because they fit the bill, and I really don't need the girls to turn on each other like that. I feel like that should happen organically. To me, that seemed, I don't like it because it seems very forced, and it seems like it's already been done before. Here's the thing. I feel like if they could give Brooks and Jensen enough grace to have them split on their own merit, then they can give Bianca, Jade, and Naomi the same grace and let them split on their own merit as well. And eventually they'll come to a point where they will fight each other, or one of them might have turned heel in the time frame, and they'll fight each other then. I just don't want that to be the reason because it's so stereotypical. It's so easy. I want something that's difficult. Anywhoosies, Triple H, Paul Levesque is your first inductee into the 2025 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Paul Levesque. This announcement was made during the town hall meeting that they had at WWE headquarters, I believe. And Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker made the announcement, and his wife Stephanie came out there and gave him a big old hug and congratulated him on being inducted. We also have some new stuff that I did mention in the last video that I posted. Legends and Future Greats is going to premiere. I finally have the premiere date. It is Sunday on February 16th. You're also going to have WWE's Greatest Moments coming out over on A&E, and Stephanie McMahon has a new TV show as well. It's Stephanie's Places. She's going to be going around with different WWE superstars, from Charlotte Flair to Kevin Owens, so many people, and she's just going to be rolling around with them for a while, interviewing and talking to them. And there's a clip going around of Stephanie McMahon that a lot of people love. But Stephanie wasn't the biggest fan of Hulk Hogan back in the day, and I don't think she's a big fan of him now. Stephanie didn't like Hulk Hogan, and she made it very clear on Pat McAfee's show that Hogan wasn't her guy. He never was her guy. And everybody that hates Hulk Hogan is like, yep, that's why we fuck with Stephanie. And it's true. It's true. The Bears. B. Jeffers said, but also Liv and Raquel are the type to own that shit if they did do it. Only if it makes sense. I don't know. They some sneaky bitches. IDK, Liv and Raquel sort of implied that they did it on the 2024 Royal Rumble reaction video that came out yesterday. I didn't see that video, so I have no idea. Like, they didn't hide what they did to Rhea, but I get what you're saying. Here's the point. Rhea was one person. That's one person, right? So one person, it's easy for them to go out and attack one person. What can Rhea do by herself? It's already been proven that it took Rhea a lot to get that championship away from Liv Morgan. So she felt super protected. That protection is no longer there. Yeah, she has Raquel, but the only ace in the hole she got is Dom. So let's put it into perspective. If Liv and Raquel were the ones that attacked Jade Cargill, they must have assumed that attacking Jade would have taken down the rival team and made them weaker coming into War Games. Right? So when that didn't happen and they was able to pull Naomi in, everybody was speculating that it was Naomi. They get to hide in plain sight under Naomi and Bianca, because not only are they speculating that it was Naomi, they also speculate that it was Bianca taking out her own partner. Now, in this case, why would they go ahead and take the credit right away? Not only will you have Naomi and Bianca on your ass, when Jade comes back, you will also have to deal with her. So if you take the tag team titles from them and become tag team champions and then admit to the bullshit, you got a little bit of a buffer there because while they might be able to attack you and chase you down, they don't got the titles no more. You've accomplished what you need to accomplish. There's a method to the madness. Even though, yeah, they took credit for Rhea, it was easy to take credit for Rhea, babe. Nobody else was going after Rhea Ripley but them. And they were 2 against 1. It'll be 3 against 1 when Jade comes back. I wouldn't take credit for the shit right now either. Because I only want to deal with Bianca's big ass. I got to deal with Naomi's strong ass. And then I got to deal with Super Cena fucking Jade. No. I'm going to sit in the back and keep my damn mouth shut. That's what I'm going to do. Until I get what I want. I'm not dealing with that bullshit. Last but not least, they have released the WrestleMania weekend schedule. They are going to be in Vegas. Friday Night Smackdown will be in Vegas, as will Stand and Deliver. And that following Monday, April 21st, Monday Night Raw. Raw, SmackDown, and Stand and Deliver, and of course, WrestleMania will all emanate from Vegas that weekend. So you're going to have a pretty tight week. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be descending down on Vegas. It's going to be a madhouse in Vegas. I hope those of you who are going to Mania, you drink plenty of water and you keep yourself together because you are going to need it. Hydration. Okay. Okay, I see. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying your theory is wrong because they very well could go with your theory. But I'm just saying you can logically make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Aaliyah. Period. B. Jeffers, you with me. You is with me. Ooh, that weekend makes me tired just looking at it, girl. I'm not going. I haven't been to a Mania yet, but it is on my bucket list. It is on my bucket list. I am going to get to one eventually. I will say this, I am not a live show girl. I prefer watching it at home. I like hearing the commentators. I like being able to see the backstage stuff on my screen when it happens. I like all of that. I'm not a live show girl, but it doesn't mean that I won't go. The only thing I have to get off my bucket list now is going to a live house show. And I need to go to a Mania or a PLE, another PLE of some kind. I have been to a PLE before, but I want to go to a big 4. I want to go to a SummerSlam. Like I missed going to SummerSlam last year, which that low key like broke my heart so much. But I gotta get to a SummerSlam, a Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, or I have to get to a WrestleMania. WrestleMania is inevitable, but I gotta go to at least one of the big 4. And if it takes me all my life, I'm gonna get there eventually. I'll be 90 years old. Screaming at wrestling, child. I need it in my life. I needs it. So, Clash at the Castle has also been announced, and they are going to be in Paris for Clash at the Castle. It's Clash at the Castle Paris this time instead of Clash at the Castle in Scotland. They usually go to Glasgow, but they are going to Paris this year for Clash at the Castle, which I low-key like a little bit. But I'm going to miss them being in Scotland because I really like the Scotland crowd. But the Parisian crowd is crazy. So either way, you're going to have a hype moment over in Paris. I think they're going to be, they're going to be in the big city, in Paris. They said it's on their bucket list too. I know, y'all. I want to go to a Rumble. I really do want to go to a Rumble or a Survivor Series. The first and last time I went was 25. Did you have a good time? That and the NXT show. Oh, definitely. I kind of wish they were still calling them takeovers because I did like the name, the takeovers. I wish they would go back to that. I love the takeovers. Oh, it's iconic. But I want to go as an adult. Fair enough. I went to Survivor Series 2021 in Brooklyn at the Barclays. Awesome sauce. They're sold out in Paris. That's why it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Any whoosies. I forgot Dynamite came on. I didn't even watch it. I was supposed to watch it because I wanted to see what Tony Storm was talking about, and I didn't even get to see it. So I'm gonna have to go on my Hulu and record that ish so it'll record. But let's go over the Royal Rumble match card. It's going to be coming on tomorrow at 6 p.m. Royal Rumble starts at 6, not 7, not 8, but 6. Okay, which means more than likely it will go off between 8 and 9 o'clock. Now, the main event is probably going to be the men's Royal Rumble, but this is probably going to be one of your anchor matches at the top of the card. So at around 9 o'clock is probably when they'll put Kevin and Cody in there, because usually they start with the women's Royal Rumble match at the Royal Rumble. Low-key wish they would start with the 2 out of 3 falls match and get that shit out the way. But Kevin and Cody Rhodes are set to face off in a ladder match. The 2 titles are supposed to be suspended above the ring, and both men have to try to climb the ladder and take down both sets of titles in order to win the championship. Now, Cody has his title hanging, but Kevin conveniently removed his. So I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to get it back or none of that, but yeah, it's messy. Yeah, it was fun. I met Jeff and Matt and had them sign my WWE magazine. Oh, that's cool. Matt Hardy was just on one of the YouTubers' channels. He was on a YouTuber channel by the name of Guga. You ever heard of Guga Foods? He has a video out. It came out a day ago where Matt Hardy was on there with him. I didn't get to watch it, but I plan on watching it. He had his TNA belt on there. So, I don't know. You might see Matt and Jeff Hardy in the Royal Rumble this year. Mm-hmm. Seeing as how they got that TNA deal, they can walk their ass right in. I went to WrestleMania in 2022, and now I want to go to a house show this year. Cool. All right, so the next actual match we'll have on the Royal Rumble card is going to be the 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag team titles. You got Motor City Machine Guns facing off against DIY. DIY probably gonna win. I mean, am I mad about it? Not really, because I really want the Street Profits to get those titles and like run with it, because they definitely deserve them. They haven't been champion in years, and they deserve another shot at the titles. So now we have the women's Rumble match. The women's Royal Rumble match is stacked. Okay, it's stacked. So many people. So many people. So many great people. Sorry. I am so sorry. I am having a time right now. I'm sorry, but it was the first thing that popped into my brain. It was just like, so many great people. So many people. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh, that's funny as hell. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. All right. So let us look at the women, ladies. For the Royal Rumble. These are the women who have officially declared for the Royal Rumble. Okay. I'm going to get to y'all comments in a second. You have Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Ivy Nile. Let me take off my logo here so you guys can see. Let me take that off. Bailey is right there so you guys can see her. Bianca Belair, Naomi. Then you have Charlotte Flair in peak condition. Okay. Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria. These are the women who have officially declared for the women's Royal Rumble. And now we know that Candice LeRae is also going to be in the women's Royal Rumble. So kudos to the ladies and good luck to everyone competing. This is not going to be an easy feat. This is going to be a hard one for these women because you got some heavy hitters in here. Former Royal Rumble winners like Charlotte Flair, Bailey, and Bianca are all favorites to win in this Rumble. Liv Morgan is also a short favorite. She has come runner up in this Royal Rumble at least twice. And Liv Morgan is the only woman that I know of that has competed in every single women's Royal Rumble since its inception. Okay. So shout out to Liv Morgan for that stat. That's what Joe Tessitore and them had said earlier. That's what they had said. But anyways, it's a lot going on here, but you got a lot of people who could possibly win and a lot of people who I would rule out immediately. Bailey, Liv Morgan, Bianca, and Naomi. I hate to say it. I would rule out those women completely. I don't think Lyra Valkyria is going to win. And to be honest, I don't think Nia Jax is going to win. Nia also just came off of a title run last year. And to me, it doesn't make any sense for her to get another shot for the championship when she just came off of a major title run with her title that Tiffany Stratton took. So for now, what we see is that leaves us with Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, and Io Sky, who could potentially win the Women's Royal Rumble. Not to mention those who have not declared, but still may show up in the Rumble. We also saw that Zelina Vega also declared tonight on SmackDown. So Zelina Vega is also a contender to win in the Royal Rumble. So we could get a newbie in the Royal Rumble this year. We also could get some NXT call-ups like Roxanne Perez. We might see somebody like Kaylani Jordan in the Royal Rumble. We might see some new faces and new people. And this Rumble is going to be a good place to set up the next set of generational stars. And of course, we could have some oldie but goldies or some people who are just coming to WWE like Jordan Grace coming in and shutting everything down. So we'll have to wait and see who's actually going to take home the prize of the Royal Rumble winner and who is going to compete in the main event of the Royal Rumble. Speaking of the main event, the Royal Rumble men's match is also set for tomorrow. And ladies and gentlemen, the men who have declared as we know it for the Royal Rumble are as follows. Now, this is why we say the men's Royal Rumble is extremely stacked. We have Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Mysterio, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk. And then there's somebody else in there that I don't recognize. He be wearing yellow and he call himself a Maverick or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, these are all your men that have declared for the Royal Rumble. I'm sure Miz will be in there too, and a couple other people. Damian Priest just declared for the Rumble today, and I believe Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga will also be in the Royal Rumble as well. This is going to be a very interesting Rumble. Very interesting. I'd be flipping out on the inside if I saw Sammy in person. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Let me go back to these comments because what did I miss? He said, I forgot, but I saw Sammy in the airport on Monday last week. TV doesn't do him justice at all. Really? I always thought Sammy was a very cute guy, but he's married. So I see the Street Profits taking them off DIY or at Elimination Chamber or at WrestleMania. I would love that, actually. I would love that. I can't. He said TV does not do that man justice. My topics for the women rumble, top picks for the women's rumble are Bianca, Charlotte, and Io. Everybody's gonna pick Charlotte. I don't know if I would pick Charlotte. B Jeffers, you gotta spill the tea. Not he gotta spill. I'd be flipping out on the inside if I saw Sammy in person. I may just be short, but man is tall. And I did do a double turn, not gonna lie. I was like, oh, I did want to say hi or take a picture, but I know they don't like it when fans come up to them in the airport. I respect that, B Jeffers. You saw him, it was like, that's Sami Zayn, and you kept on walking. But you was like, oh my God, it's wow. He's a big old tree, honey. At least for the women, they didn't tell the whole roster for the match. I mean, correct. They gonna let us have a little bit of a shock and all. Lash Legend, Jordan, Jada Parker, and probably Roxanne coming from NXT. Highly doubt Jada Parker will be there. But if she is, I'll give you your props, Jay. But I don't think Jada gonna be there. My top pick for the men is CM Punk, John Cena, Roman, or Seth. Those are all of the top guys. And I honestly don't think any of them are going to win the Rumble this year. I really don't. And if they give it to Logan Paul, I will literally cry. Like, for real, for real. I need them to throw Paul ass out expeditiously. Okay? LP got to go. I'd be flipping out. And I'd probably say under my breath, oh my gosh, Generico is right there. That's crazy. I was a WWE holiday show. Sammy and KO walked past me, and they are tall. And I'm like 5 foot, maybe 5'2" on a good day. I would have been like, Lord have mercy. Throw Logan Paul to the deepest part of hell, period. As far as Sammy and them being tall, I kind of figured that they were. Sammy and Drew literally can look each other in the eye. Drew McIntyre's a pretty big guy. Like, I think Drew's like 6'2", 6'3". Is he more than that? Oh, wait a minute.
Because the last WWE event I went to with Marcel, when we were sitting,
you got to see him, and he was like towering over the ropes.
Drew was standing on the outside of the ring. His head was at the middle rope.
It was at the middle rope,
and he was standing on the outside.
It says that Drew is 6'5". Sami Zayn has to be like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3".
So right there, yeah.
They got him at 6'1", but I would give him 6'2". Sami Zayn being 6'2" is crazy to me. It's crazy. That's nuts. But I'm not mad at it. I'm literally not mad at it. Drew could go to hell too. No, not my Scottish psychopath. He just going through a phase. He crazy right now, but he gonna bounce back. Now, if I saw Drew in person, I don't know. I don't care I don't know how I'd react. Good Lord have mercy. Respectfully, child, please. Okay. I got Drew McIntyre to react to me on Twitter and on TikTok. I've been straight for a long time, baby. Just straight. Do you hear me? I love Drew McIntyre still, despite the fact that he a little psycho. I still love him. So yeah, these are your guys that are going to enter into the Royal Rumble and possibly could win. This Royal Rumble for the men is much, much different. There's a strong possibility that any one of these men could win this Royal Rumble. And while I love Chad Gable as much as the next person, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see him winning the Royal Rumble this year. Doesn't mean that he won't. It's just that in my mind, I don't see him winning. But I really, really want it to be somebody like Sammy or Jey Uso. I genuinely want that for one of them. And then I would love if it was Sammy, and I would I would be emotional if it was Jey Uso, because that would mean Jey Uso really is solidifying his place, and the company really do trust that he could possibly want to be one of the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's a big, big thing, especially for him always being in a tag team and now finally being on his own and coming into doing his own thing. And he's one of the biggest superstars in WWE right now. His brother is not too far behind. He is paying his dues and stacking his shit and possibly moving into a space where he could also be a main eventer. This is great. This is amazing. At least Drew's funny being from Delulu land, unlike KO. KO's funny too. Kevin's funny. He's just like I say, they're going through something right now. They're going through things. Okay. But they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll get it together. Eventually. Maybe. Sometimes. Places. Any whoosies. Y'all, I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. Y'all be sure to follow me on all my socials. Everything is always scrolling at the bottom. Okay, I will be back tomorrow after Royal Rumble comes on and goes off. It's gonna go off at a decent hour, so we're not gonna be up until 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Love that for us. Okay, y'all make sure y'all follow me on my socials. I don't know if I'm gonna do live commentary unless I really need to. You know what I'm saying? I want to try to enjoy the Royal Rumble this year. So I may not do live commentary. I may just come back and talk about what I saw over here on my YouTubies. And once again, thank y'all for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. And when we hit that 1,001, it's gonna be on and popping. I don't know what I'm gonna cook yet. I'm gonna talk to Jared and see what we gonna whip up. What we gonna throw together. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a good time, and I promise. So everybody, when I announce the mukbang, please make sure you go get your snacks, get your drinks and your food. We're just gonna chill and have a good time. And I promise y'all, it's gonna be fun. And we're gonna brainstorm about this channel, what y'all want to see going forward. We're gonna have a full conversation about how we're gonna move this channel forward to start working on that 10K, because we are in this together. In the United States of Tiffany, okay? And you guys are my constituents. You guys are my people. And unlike the United States of America right now, we are not in a totalitarian, authoritarian, or oligarchy, okay? I work with you, and you work with me, all right? And on that note, I'm going to get my funky ass up out of here. I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate every single one of you who subscribed, liked, and commented, and shared my content. It means the world to me. But now, I need your help. I've built this amazing, strong, loyal, and happy community, and we've grown together. Right now, we're so close to hitting a huge milestone. 1,001 subscribers. I need it. I want it. I want it. That's a goal. That was my goal. We're currently at 997. Which means we're only 4 subscribers away. Now, let me tell you what hitting that milestone will do for this channel. At 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize my channel, which means I can finally start making money from my videos. With that, I can make this channel self-sufficient, covering costs like StreamYard, Riverside, InShot, and PixArt, over $100 a month. This will allow me to reinvest into better content and keep this channel growing without relying on out-of-pocket expenses. All I ask is that you keep doing what you're already doing. Share my content, rate the videos, comment, and engage with the content. Your comments, whether it's simple, first, or love that video, help so much. They tell YouTube my channel matters and that my content deserves to be shared with others. Once we hit 1,001, we're going to celebrate in a big way. I'm talking mukbang, some good food, a chat about the future of this channel, maybe a little game, a little fun. We're going to have a good time. And if you want to see some friends pop in or have ideas for content you'd love for me to cover, let me know. I'm here to make this channel everything we all enjoy. Thank you all so much for being part of this journey. I'm grateful for everything you've already done, and I know with your help, we can hit that 1,001 milestone and take this channel to the next level. Let's make it happen. Hey, one more thing before I get out of here. You know, I just gave you that nice little motivational speech. So if you could just do me a solid and take your ass over the fourth wall and go look at my merchandise and buy something, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, I know, everybody ain't got the coin to be able to purchase it, but I have two types of merch on my website. I have the high quality, high end stuff with the Adidas, Adidas merch, and then I have the regular hoodies, similar quality, just don't have the brand name. All right. You can also get a t-shirt. We've got tumblers. We've got mugs. We've got it all. So take your ass over the fourth wall and go buy some merch. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.